Okay, I will start today's session. Uh, in this class, we are going to discuss about some of the aspects related to planning. Okay, I have already shared the study material of management part of module 1. Okay, from today onwards, I am starting planning part of module 1. Okay, so as we know, planning is the first step in management functions. Okay, we already discussed about some of the management functions, which include planning, organizing, directing, controlling. Okay, so these are the main management functions. Other than that, we can also consider innovation and in representation also as some of the additional management functions. Okay, nature of planning. Okay, what are all involved in planning, or what is the conceptual basis for planning, why planning need to be done, what is its relevance in management, all those things we are going to discuss. Okay, planning is the beginning of the process of management. That means without any planning, okay, so you don't know what to manage. Okay, what to manage, how to manage, so that will be decided by a plan. Okay, that's why planning is the beginning of the process of management. Okay, without planning, other functions become mere activity producing nothing but chaos. Chaos means, so there will be a lot of confusion, there will be no clarity regarding any of the issues. Okay, what the company is doing, whether it is providing service or it is manufacturing. Okay, then if it is manufacturing, which type of product it is manufacturing, what is the quantity, who are the consumers. Okay, so if there is no planning, then there will be no clarity among the people working in that organization. Even outside the organization also, people don't trust a particular organization if there is lack of planning. Okay, so this has been called the principle of primacy of planning. That means without, this is the major requirement for management. Primacy means why planning is required. Okay, so planning is required because without planning, other functions become mere activity. That means for the sake of doing something, people will involve in some tasks. Okay, but where they also don't know. Okay, so what is the end result of their activity or their work, they also don't know if there is no plan. Okay, so it will provide a basis for whatever happening in a company. Okay, planning is an intellectual process which requires a manager to think before acting. Okay, so that's why if you want to become a manager, or if you want to work at management level, okay, so you have a lot of capabilities. You need to understand how people behave. You need to understand the market. You need to understand the policies of government. Okay, so if you have some technical knowledge, that doesn't uh, result in success, becoming a successful manager. Okay, only technical knowledge doesn't help you to become a good manager. To become a good manager, you must be capable of acquiring knowledge in different areas. So that is inside the organization and outside the organization. What are the government policies, how these government policies will affect the company. Okay, or affect the planning of the company. Okay, all those things we should understand. In order to understand all these things, so you should have some knowledge. Okay, you should be an intellectual. Okay, so planning is an intellectual process which requires a manager to think before acting. So that means you have to analyze a lot of things before making any decision. So in order to analyze, you should have data or knowledge regarding the type of decision you are making. Decision making is an integral part of planning. Again, in order to prepare a plan, in the process of planning itself, you have to, as a manager, you have to make a lot of decisions. It is the process of choosing among alternatives. Okay, whenever there are decisions, you have many alternatives in front of you. You have to choose best among the available options. Okay, it is always about choosing the best. Again, what is the criteria for choosing the best? That depends on your knowledge, your understanding of various options in front of you. So in manufacturing companies, okay, so these are the questions which often arise. Shall we manufacture all parts internally or buy some from outside? Okay. If you consider any product from motorbike to car, every product involves thousands of components. Okay, you have to assemble those components, then only you are going to get the product. Okay, for car is having 1,000 components, and you are the manufacturer of a car. Next, you have to make decision out of 1,000 components, how many should be procured from others, how many should be manufactured in-house. Okay, so these are the decisions made by the managers. Okay, so it is based on various factors. Usually companies, if you know the companies in Bangalore or Chennai. Okay, so most of the companies, some companies will manufacture nuts, bolts, fasteners, that is washers. Okay, so and some companies will manufacture fuel injectors. Some companies will manufacture clutches. Okay, so cables. So like that, they are going to supply to the manufacturers of car or any other automobile. So that means usually automotive companies, they don't produce every component required for a bike or car. They go for procuring those components from others because of various reasons. Okay, so it will be a burden for the company if it go for manufacturing thousands components. Again, it cannot become specialized in manufacturing all 1,000 components. Okay, instead of that, what they will do, they will focus on some of the crucial components. Okay, and they will procure other components. Okay, from other companies. Okay, or suppliers. Will taxes on our earnings increase and thus strain our company's cash flow, or can we expect taxes to remain at the present level? Again, as manager, if you are running a company, I should also worried about the policies of the government. Okay, every year during budget, government will announce the tax rate. Yeah, okay. Usually it tries to increase the corporate tax and other GST and other things. Okay, so there are many taxes which a company has to pay for the profit it is going to earn by selling products or by providing services. As a manager, you are always worried about whether what will happen to the existing taxes, whether it will increase or it will decrease. If the tax rates increase, that will affect the profit of your company. Okay, that's why you must be aware of the government policies. Okay, should we fill up a senior position by promoting an existing employee, or we hire someone from outside the organization? Suppose if CEO post of an organization is vacant, then there is a problem or there is a decision to make. If you are the owner or if you are at the board of directors, if you are in the team of board of directors, then you have to make a decision whether to promote someone in the company to the higher level, that is to become CEO, or it is better to go for hiring someone who is already a CEO of some other organization. Okay, so these are the decisions management has to make. Okay, there is another principle, that is principle of navigational change. So that means you may plan, but there is no guarantee that everything will go according to your plan. And again, plan need not be the reality. Okay, so you can plan something because of changes inside the organization and outside the organization. You need to make changes in the plan according to requirement. As time passes, based on the situation inside and outside the organization, you have to make certain modifications in the plan. Okay, planning is a continuous process. That means if you plan now for 5 years, that doesn't mean in 5 years you need not do any other planning. You have to continuously monitor your plan. You have to update the plan depending on that particular situation or depending on the condition. Okay, planning is that's why it is a continuous process. It is a live document. That means based on the upcoming situations, so you are going to do proper modifications in the planning. Okay, so like a navigator constantly checking where his ship is going in the vast ocean. Okay, so a navigator of a ship, depending on the climatic conditions, weather conditions, and some other consequences. He will also make some decisions. He might change the route in which the ship has to move. Okay, so like that in plan also, a manager also has to make decisions, make changes. Okay, a manager should constantly watch the progress of his plans. He must constantly monitor the conditions both within and outside the organization to determine if changes are required in his plans. It is wiser for him to be right than merely being consistent. That means I have thought a lot before making this plan. This will be the final. Okay, I don't do any modification. If that is the attitude of the manager, then company or organization will be in problem. Okay, it is about the overall good of the organization than individual okay image. So that's why it is wiser for him, for a manager, to be right than merely being consistent. That means he must be able to change his decisions. Okay, if it is not going according to plan, okay, so then he has to change plan. He has to update it. That is the meaning. Okay. Next, a plan must be flexible, as we discussed. Okay, plan is it should be a live document. That means it should be flexible. It should be modifiable according to the requirement, according to changing times or changing policies of governments or changing circumstances. Okay, now companies are thinking they cannot do planning or they cannot execute the plans which they did before corona pandemic. Okay, because of corona, because of lockdown, because of economic problems in the society. Okay, there are many issues. So most of the plans, most of the companies or most of the organizations, they have to change their plans. Even if you consider MC as an organization, what happened to our schedule. Okay, we cannot start a semester as usual. We cannot conduct the exams as usual. Like that, for a manufacturing company also it is happening. They cannot produce in the quantity they wanted earlier. Okay, they have to reduce because of no demand in the market for their product. For some products there is huge demand because of corona. Okay, they have to increase their production quantity. Like that, they have to change their plan according to the requirement. That's why a plan must be flexible for modification. It needs to possess a built-in flexibility in at least 5 major areas. That means flexibility must be there in technology, market, finance, personal, that is human resource planning, okay, and organization. Flexibility in technology, okay, mechanical ability of a company to change and vary its product mix according to the changing needs of its customers. Okay, you can consider the example of one of the famous brands related to textiles. Okay, Ramraj. Okay, earlier they used to sell okay panche ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ for marriage functions. Okay, now which is the product they are advertising? Ramraj. The Ramraj company. Now which product they are promoting?
Baniyan, sir.
So earlier they used to promote bunions and okay, so even panche, like, okay, but now they're concentrating on masks. If you look into newspapers, okay, so you can find advertisements by Ramraj company of cotton masks. Okay, so that is one of the example. So that means if you have the ability to change the products, okay, so according to the consumer need, okay, and again if technology is available, so you can make this modification. Okay, you can change the product mix. Okay, so depending on the market condition. Flexibility in market, company's ability to shift its marketing geographically. Okay, this happens after corona also. Okay, most of the companies they want to shift their plans from China. Okay, So then, even we thought, okay, so companies will prefer India. Okay, will they shift their plants from China? But that doesn't happen. Okay, instead of coming to India, most of the MNCs, most of the companies prefer to go for other companies like Vietnam, Bangladesh. Okay, because of various reasons. Okay, companies, they don't easily do investment in any nation where there are no stability in policies, where there are divisions based on many reasons. Okay, if there is no land order, if there is no peace in the society, then investors don't simply choose us. Okay, so this is another thing, flexibility in market. That means company has to decide where it has to operate. Okay, so if a company is operating in India, if there is no demand for that particular product in India, then it has to think about where it can extend its market. It can go for another country, Bangladesh. Okay, there also it can try to sell its product. So even if you know the KMF, okay, so it is also one of the, okay, so cooperative, a successful cooperative firm, KMF, when there is excess milk, okay, so what they will do, they will try to extend market beyond Karnataka. Okay, they will try to get a marketing opportunity in Mumbai, or at times they will try to have an agreement with the army so that they can supply milk powder, okay, and some other specialized products for them like that. Okay, so depending on the situation, companies try to either enhance their market, or they, at times they try to limit their market also. Okay, that is the flexibility in market. So it is depending on demand and supply, and whether the company is trying to extend its operations. Flexibility in finance. Okay, companies' ability to obtain additional funds on favorable terms whenever there is need for them. This is also another thing. Okay, so that means company must have uh, some agreements or some contracts with lending institutions, so that they can get huge amount of loans at very less interest rate. Okay, that is the flexibility in finance. Suppose if a company wants to get some 5,000 crores loan, it should have some links with bankers. At times it will happen. Companies may have also links with government itself, or some politicians in the government, so that they can put pressure on bankers, and bankers will simply lend money. Because of that, we know the current problem of NPA, non-performing asset, in the banking system. Okay, so there are some famous businessmen, okay, who took thousands of crores of loans, and now they settled abroad. Okay, who are those who took loan from banks, and now they settle in abroad instead of being in jail?
Nirav Modi, sir.
Yeah,
Nirav Modi.
Nirav Modi. Then
Vijay Mallya.
Vijay Mallya. Then okay, Mehul Choksi. Okay, there are many in line. Okay, in coming days, if
Sahara Group chairman, sir.
Huh? So someone
Sahara Group.
ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಶ್ಚಯ್.
Sahara Group chairman, sir.
Okay, Subrata Rai. Okay. So next, there is one CEO of a bank. Now I think she is out of. She is undergoing an investigation. Okay. So what is her name? Okay, so for committing this type of fraud, okay, so another CEO of, I think, ICICI Bank, Chandra Kochhar. Okay, so that means there is a nexus between bankers and businessmen and politicians. All this is resulting in a crisis in the banking system. we don't know the future. Okay, what will happen? Where some banks may be in trouble. Already we saw some of the banks. Okay, Maharashtra, one bank in Maharashtra. Okay, immediately they stopped all transactions because of that. People find it very difficult to take their money back from their bank accounts. This may happen for other banks also in future. Okay, so but if you are an entrepreneur, okay, now we are thinking in the point of view of one who has deposited some money in bank. But if you are an entrepreneur, if you are owner of a company, you also might think in the line of Vijay Mallya or Nirav Modi, okay, where you are thinking about your own benefits rather than the overall health of the banking system. Okay, in that case, again, it is always in the management point of view. Okay, it is good for a management to have connections with banking system, bankers, and if it is possible to get loans at a less interest rate, then that will be good for business. Okay, that is also one of the requirement in planning. Flexibility in personnel. Company's ability to shift individuals from one job to another depending on the requirement. Okay, one who has experience in shop floor, in managing shop floor, maybe move to higher positions. Okay, so that also it should plan by providing proper training and proper exposure. Flexibility in organization. Company's ability to change its organizational structure. Okay, that means to make modifications in organizational structure. That means different levels of management. Next, importance of planning. Why planning is required? If managers go for taking decision based on their random thinking without analysis, what will happen? Okay, so that we will discuss in importance of planning. Okay, without planning, business decisions would be random and ad hoc choices. So ad hoc choices means so these are random choices made at a particular situation. Okay, it is not based on any analysis. Okay, without planning, business decisions would become random ad hoc choices. Okay, if random decisions are made without any analysis, the consequences are very severe. Okay, reasons for planning. Why we go for planning instead of making random decision. Okay, so if you take decisions based on planning and analysis, then that will minimizes the risk and that will minimizes the uncertainty. By providing a more rational, fact-based procedure for making decisions, planning allows managers and organizations to minimize risk and uncertainty. Planning helps the manager to cope with and prepare for the changing environment. Okay, we know what happened in 2016 when demonetization was announced. Okay, that was a random decision taken without any analysis. Okay, if that type of decision taken, that will result in lot of confusion in the society. People don't know why they took this decision, what will happen to our money. Okay, so there were a lot of confusions among people, and now we can decide whether the decision was taken based on analysis or that was a random decision. If that was a random decision, obviously we have to blame one who took the decision. Okay, does not deal with future decisions, but with the futurity of present decision. That means today, if you take a decision, okay, what are the consequences that will arise tomorrow because of this decision? That should be looked in detail. Okay, simply you cannot make a decision based on a random thinking, which doesn't supported by facts. Okay. It is through planning that the manager relates the uncertainties and problems of tomorrow to the facts of today and yesterday. Okay, so we have a very good example and we have a lesson to learn. Okay, if we don't take decision based on facts, based on economic consideration, based on knowledge of economics, Okay, so that will result in lot of severe consequences. One best example is the demonetization, and we have facts now. After 3.5 4 years, we have facts to say why that was not a good decision to make and why that was a random decision. Okay, and again, you can go through the okay announcement made by Prime Minister on the day of demonetization. It is available in YouTube. Okay, so PM Modi addresses the nation on demonetization of 500 and 1000 rupees currency notes. Okay, so it was a long speech, more than 1 hour. Okay, today once again you can watch this video, and you can analyze on your own whether that was a good decision or bad, that was based on a plan or that was a random decision, what are the adverse consequences. Okay, you
Sir.
know what are the aims of the decision, Sanjay?
ಸರ್ ಅದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅದು ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೀಲ್ ವಿತ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್, ಇಟ್ ಡೀಲ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್
futuristic decisions. Futuristic.
ಸರ್ ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅದು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್.
Okay, planning does not deal with future decisions. That means ನಾಳೆ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತೇ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ. ಇವತ್ತು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ನಾಳೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಏನು ನಾಳೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಆ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಇಂದಾಗಿ ನಾಳೆ ಏನ್ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಏನ್ ಕೆಟ್ಟದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್. ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ನಾನು ಯಾವತ್ತು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ನೌ. Okay, so now so what are the objectives of demonetization? What were the objectives of demonetization?
They wanted to know about how much of corrupt money is there in India, sir.
Okay, then okay, others also can give your opinion. Okay, so the policy makers at that time they claimed that we are taking this decision for I think 3 or 4 reasons. Okay, one is to okay, so avoid corruption. Another is to black money. Okay, so to solve the problem of black money, and another will be to solve the problem of terrorism. Okay, and to reduce corruption. These are the 4 things that was put in front of the people of this nation while making a decision regarding demonetization. That is reducing corruption and finding out who are having black money, and even solving the problem of fake currency and reducing terrorism. Even if you look at these things now, do you think now the corruption has reduced? Do you think now people don't have black money? Do you think there is no terrorism problem? Do you think okay, so there are no fake currencies in the market? That means we don't have enough data to say that this was a good idea or this was based on proper analysis. Okay, you may disagree, but if you want to disagree, then that should be backed by facts. Okay, there must be some statistics which will suggest that because of this decision black money has reduced, there is no corruption in the system. Okay, so you can watch this video and you can recall what was assured and what happened in reality. Okay, next Planning leads to success. That means instead of taking a random decision, if a decision maker or if a manager makes a decision based on a proper analysis, that may result in success. Planning does not guarantee success, but chance favors the prepared mind. Again, if there is exam, okay, and if you study properly all topics, there is more probability that you will score good marks, or at least you may get passed in the exam. Without preparation, if you try to face an exam, who will be the probability of being successful will be less without preparation. Okay, if you are prepared, the chance that you will become success is more. And again, even though if you have studied properly also, there are few situations where you might have targeted to score more than 90 marks. Because of the type of questions asked in the exam, you may end up with scoring 40 to 50 marks. But that doesn't mean no need to prepare for the exam. You cannot say that. Okay, so that is the meaning. Instead of facing a situation without any planning, it is better to be prepared and face the consequences. Then if you put effort for preparation, then the chances of being successful will be more compared to unplanned or unprepared. Okay, so unprepared, having a background of unpreparedness. Okay, it is better to prepare and face the consequences. With the help of a sound plan, management can act proactively and not simply react. That means while planning itself, managers or decision makers try to think about upcoming consequences. Okay, what will happen in future? They will try to think about that. Okay, that's why since already they are anticipating what is going to come, so they are ready to face those consequences. Otherwise, if you are not ready, what will do? You will simply react at that particular situation. Okay, based on your intuition. Okay, so you are going to make decision rather than going for analysis. Okay, planning focuses attention on the organizational goals. Okay, every organization will have certain goals. Okay, planning will focus on those goals. Otherwise, people working in an organization will have confusion regarding why we are doing this work, what is the reason. Okay, planning helps the manager to focus attention on the organization's goals and activities. This makes it easier to apply and coordinate the resources of the organization more economically. Okay, facilitates control. So we discussed while discussing about management functions. Okay, so management functions include planning, organizing, directing, controlling. Okay, so you are going to direct and you are going to control subordinates based on plan. Okay, so whether everything is going according to plan, if there are deviations, then you need to take control actions. Okay, in order to know whether the activities or the work is going according to plan, you must have a plan. Okay, if you don't have a plan, then to which you are going to compare the existing work. Okay, so without plan, you don't get any reference for evaluating. Okay, controls can be exercised only if there are plans. Again, if there are plans, you can check whether everything is going according to plan. If there are no plans, then where is the reference and how you can evaluate what is happening in the organization. That's why planning is required for control function also. Trains executives. Okay, so you can involve some of the executives in the decision making process, and they will get exposure regarding becoming a good manager in future. Okay, so planning is also an excellent means for training executives. They become involved in the activities of the organization. Okay, so there are different types of plans. Okay, so these are the different types of plans. Okay, So you can answer for your attendance. I will take 1 minute break, then I will continue. Okay. So you can answer in poll. Okay. Answer for your attendance, then I will continue the next topic. Okay. Are you able to respond for your attendance? Is it visible? Poll visible idya?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, next types of plants. So based on the plans made at different levels, okay, we have different types of plan. Vision, mission, to some extent objectives. Okay, so these are decided by top level management. Okay, so one who is starting a business firm or starting an organization is going to decide on vision and mission. Okay, people who involved in establishing a company or an organization, okay, they will frame the vision and mission of an organization. Okay, then in order to achieve this vision, mission, so objectives will be set by management. Okay, by consulting with other experts, it will be decided. Then in order to achieve these objectives, strategies need to be developed. Okay, then operational plans are the plans at first line level, or it will be a function of low level management. Okay, so these include non-repetitive activities and repetitive activities. And there are single use plans. That means they will be used only once. For example, budgets. Okay, every year there will be a budget that will be applicable only for that particular year. Okay, annual budget. Similarly, next year new budget will be framed and it will be announced. Okay, so similarly, there are standard operating procedures. They will remain as repetitive activities. They will be followed. Okay, for in daily day-to-day activities, and they need not expire after 1 year or 2 year. They will continue. Okay, so they are the repetitive activities. Okay, we are going to discuss about all these things in detail, one after other. Okay, so these are the different types of plans: vision statement, mission statement, then objectives, strategies, operational plans. Okay, first we are considering vision. Okay, vision is the dream that an entrepreneur creates about the direction that his business should pursue in future. Okay, why? What is the intention of starting a company or an organization or an institution? Okay, what is the reason, and what is the main reason? Okay, so it may be to earn money, to make more profit. It may be to provide service for the society, for people. Okay, or it may be to uplift the standard of living of certain sect of the society, or it may there may be two or three possibilities. One is to focus maybe to earn money, to make more profit. Another may be to serve society. Okay, by creating a value system, by creating or by providing service or products at very less cost, quality products at less cost. Okay, so again, it will be decided by people who establish those organizations. Okay, now also you can look at some of the businessmen. Okay, some will worry more about their profit. They are worried more about becoming rich day by day. Okay, if someone now if they are in fourth place in richest people of the world, their target may be to become number one rich in the world. We have some business businessmen, they are like that. They are thinking only about profit. They don't worry about other aspects of the society. They are they are bothered only about becoming richest. So that is their dream. Their dream is to become the richest person of the world. Okay. There are some more businessmen. So they will spend a lot of their income on social service, or they will invest for the well-being of the society, for the health of the society. They will invest. They may invest in education sector. They may invest in providing food and shelter for poor. Okay, so like that, there are few businessmen who will spend a lot of money on social service. Okay. Again, that will be decided by the vision statement. It describes the aspirations of the people who involved in establishing a company. If it is by a single person, then his aspirations, beliefs, and values, and shapes organization's strategy. Okay. So again, some companies are established based on value system. They give a lot of they focus on ethics rather than making money. Okay, they have a brand image based on the values they adopted. We have few examples for this type of business organizations also. A vision should be brief, clear, and inspirational to an organization's employees. That means employees should know we are working for to fulfill which type of vision. Okay, whether our company works for money, whether our company works for values, whether our company follows ethics, or it is focusing only on profit and it doesn't worry about whether that is legal or illegal. Okay, so these are the things we have every type of business firms. Okay, so some they give preference to ethics and values. Some they find one or another way to earn more profit. Okay, so that is decided by their owners, their bosses. It should be linked to customers' needs and convey a general strategy for achieving the mission. Okay, so again, if you are producing some products or if you are providing some services, then your customers also may be looking at your vision statement. Okay, so some customers they want to know whether this company is having some social responsibility or not, whether they are profit oriented. Okay, so that is also another reason for stating the vision statement. Even if you consider Malnad College of Engineering, this is also an organization. Even MC is having a vision. Okay, and vision, it has a defined vision statement. You can look at it. Okay, so even it is available on college website and in your syllabus copy. Okay, or your handbook, you can see the vision and mission statement of MCE. Okay, to be an institute of excellence in engineering, education, and research, producing socially responsible professionals. So that means the vision of MCE is not producing only people who are worried about earning more money. Okay, so it is also about producing socially responsible professionals. That means professionals, engineers who give who focus on ethics or who try to pursue their career based on values rather than only having orientation towards earning more profit. This was the vision. Like that, every organization and every company will have its own vision statement. Okay, who is the businessman in this photograph? Who is he? Can you identify this entrepreneur?
Azim Premji.
Azim Premji. Okay.
Wipro, sir.
Wipro. Okay. So he is the chairman of Wipro. Okay. So in the world, there is a businessman who is very famous for spending a lot of income. Okay, towards charity. Who is that businessman?
Sir,
Bill
Ratan
Gates.
Tata
Bill Gates.
in India.
Allah, throughout the world,
Bill
globally,
Gates.
Bill Gates. Then there is another famous name. He is famous for spending a lot of his income towards charity. That means on ದುಡಿದಿದ್ನೆಲ್ಲ society-ಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ. Okay, he is thinking in that way.
Sir,
Even
Mark Zuckerberg.
Bill Gates is also having foundation. Okay, Gates Foundation. So every company that we'll discuss later. Okay, every company has to invest on social activity. That is a mandatory thing they have to do. That we'll discuss later. But out of their own income, okay, some are spending their own income towards charity. Okay, globally, the famous name is Warren Buffett. I think some of you at least you have heard his name. Warren Buffett is famous for spending a lot of his money towards charity. Like that, who is famous in India for spending a lot of their income for social service?
Ratan Tata, sir.
Ratan Tata. Then
Sir, Infosys company also.
Infosys. Then okay. So actually at present, Ajim Premji is the one who is in line with Warren Buffett. So that means he is spending his own income. There is a difference between spending some portion of a company's income, and there is a difference between spending his own money from his own pocket, and spending money of a company. Okay, there is difference. Why we will discuss here. Okay, every company has to invest some portion of its profit on corporate social responsibility, CSR. Okay, every company has to keep some amount of its income as CSR fund. Okay, what is that percentage? How much percentage of their income should be kept as CSR fund? Do you have any idea? Recently, most of the companies, they contributed for PM Cares fund from CSR fund. Okay, from railways to most of the private companies also, they have contributed for PM Care fund, Prime Minister Care fund established for Corona pandemic. Okay, what percentage of their income should be kept as CSR fund? That means this is for social spending. Some companies will spend on building or improving the infrastructure of government schools. Some companies will invest on so some of the construction work. Some companies will invest on developing some of the parks in cities. Okay, even in Assam also you can see. I think HPCL out of their CSR fund, they have developed a lake. Okay, so in BM Road you can see a lake that was developed by using CSR fund by HPCL company. Okay, like that most of the companies, even Infosys Foundation, it is operating with the help of CSR fund. Okay, like that even Wipro also having Ajim Premji University, that is also part of their social activities. Okay. In reality, every company should have some social responsibility. That means if they are earning profit, they have to spend that profit. Okay. For that there are guidelines. Okay. If some company is doing a turnover of 1,000 crores per annum, or if a company is having profit of more than 5 crore, not 5 lakh. So there are criteria. Okay, so as per section 135 of the Companies Act, companies having a net worth of 500 crore or more, a turnover of 1,000 crore or more, or net profit of 5 crore or more in a given financial year are required to spend 2% of their average net profit on CSR programs. That means if Infosys is having a profit of 5,000 crores this year, then it has to invest 100 crores, okay, on social activities. That means That is a mandatory thing they have to do. So based on CSR project. Okay. But what Wipro or what Ajim Premji is doing is, again, this Wipro is spending as per CSR norms. Okay, they are spending 2% of their income, company's income. Other than that, what he is doing is he is spending from his own income. Suppose his own profit from his pocket, he is spending a lot of money towards the good of the society. Okay, and every day we see some of the rich people. So they also do some contribute towards society, but that is part of CSR fund. They don't spend out of their pocket. Okay, so that's why their aim is to become mostly richest person in the world. They are not worried about others. Okay, so that is another problem with crony capitalism that we discuss somewhere if that is relevant for the topic. Okay, if you want to know more about CSR funds, you can go through this website, and even you can check the CSR projects taken by many companies in Karnataka. Okay, in various districts of Karnataka, what are the CSR projects that was undertaken by various companies from Infosys, Wipro, okay, so HPCL or Bharat Petroleum. Okay, like that many companies, even Vedanta, even Reliance company also. Okay, so you can check this website. Next, mission. Similar to vision, so there will be a mission statement for any organization. It is the unique aim of an organization that sets it apart from others of its type. That means if a company is manufacturing a car, okay, so then the mission of every company need not be the same. Okay, every company's mission will be different. That difference will be identified with the help of this mission statement. Okay, so if you consider any engineering college, their aim may be to give degree after 4 years, but that doesn't differentiate any engineering colleges. Okay, if MCE should have its own mission statement, similarly Rajiv Institute of Technology should have its mission statement. It is different from one organization, one college to another. Similarly, in a manufacturing company also, every organization will have a mission statement that will make a difference between it may represent their culture, their values. Okay, so what is their focus? So that will be that can be understand that you can realize with the help of these mission statements. Okay, it is an organization's specialization in some area. It may be service. So like software companies, they are providing service companies, product like manufacturing companies. Clients are nothing but they are the consumers, which decides the organization's scope of business. The firm's mission statement may also mention its cultural values. Okay, and for some of the organizations, they must be culturally also sensitive. Okay, they must understand the culture of the society in which they are operating. They must respect the cultural values. Okay, otherwise they will be in trouble. It establishes the context within which daily operating decisions are made and sets limits on available strategic options. Okay, these are the mission statements of Malnad College of Engineering MCE. Create conducive environment for learning and research. Establish industry and academia collaborations. Ensure professional and ethical values in all institutional endeavors. So here you can see none of the mission statement will say, okay, so we will provide engineering degree after 4 years. That statement can be applicable for all engineering colleges. That doesn't differentiate you from others. Okay, that is the importance of mission statement. It will give an idea, okay, about an organization. Okay, what is the focus of this organization? Whether they are worried about earning money, whether they are worried about ethical values. Okay. Next, objectives. Okay, vision statement is one plan, mission statement is one plan, objectives are also plans at different level. Okay, Objectives or goals or aims that the management wishes the organization to achieve in pursuit of its mission. Okay, so again, these objectives are based on the vision and mission of the organization. Okay, it is more detailed and it is aiming to achieve certain tasks or certain works need to be done to achieve vision and mission of the organization. These are the endpoints or pole star towards which all business activities like organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling are directed. Objectives should be distinguished from the word purpose. The purpose of an organization is its primary role defined by the society in which it operates. So that means purpose cannot become an objective. Okay. Engineering college ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು ಸೊಸೈಟಿಲಿ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಓಕೆ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಕೊಡೋದು. So that cannot be an objective. Okay, objective should be different from purpose. Okay, for every institution there will be a purpose. If you start a car manufacturing company, manufacturing a car itself is a purpose, that is not an objective. Okay, manufacturing a quality product at very less cost might be an objective. Okay, you can understand the difference. Manufacturing a product cannot be an objective of a manufacturing company. Manufacturing a quality product at very less cost can be an objective. Okay, purpose is therefore a broad aim that applies not only to a given organization but to all organizations of its type in that society, as we discussed. Okay, objectives are the specific targets to be reached by an organization. They are the translation of an organization's mission into concrete terms against which results can be measured. Okay, we can check or we can evaluate whether objectives are achieved or not. Okay, so if you look at our course, okay, so management and entrepreneurship development, for this course also there is an objective. If you look at the syllabus copy of this course, you can get this objective. The course objective is to provide a sound knowledge of management concepts, principles of engineering economy, and to develop a proficiency with methods for making rational decisions regarding problems likely to be encountered in professional practice. Like that, for every course there is an objective. Okay, after studying that course, after passing that course, okay, so you must be able, that means you have achieved this objective, or the institution can feel that it is able to achieve this objective because students have scored this much marks in this course. Okay, so similarly for every module also there is an objective. Okay, if you consider the objective of the first module of this course, upon completion of this module, students shall be able to explain management concepts, purpose and hierarchy of planning. So this is the objective of this module. After studying this module, so you can introspect, you can think on your own whether we achieved this objective or not. Okay, so like that, on day by day activities, company can realize whether it is able to achieve some of the objectives or not. Okay, next, there are few more aspects related to objectives that I'll continue in next class on Monday. Okay, if you have anything to ask, you can ask. Okay, if you have any questions.